Before we get started, make sure to turn on post notification and subscribe to the channel. 10 rumored plans for the women's division in 2019. Number 10. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Trish, Stratus, and Lida. Everyone has been patiently waiting to see what WWE is going to finally do with Sasha Banks and Bayley. After over a year of plugging the fact that they could be about to fall out or they could be ready to become an official team. With the rumored tag team titles for the women's division still very much being in the plans, it seems that WWE is going to keep them together, at least for the time coming, and have them be an official tag team. Putting the titles on them first would make a sensible choice, and having them compete a dream match against Team Bestie could be an amazing match, potentially at WrestleMania, as a way to get some legends on the card. Number 9. Nia Jax's push intensifies. When Nia Jax rattled Becky Lynch's brain with the recent punch that broke the man's nose, many people thought she was going to find herself in hot water, potentially being punished for her actions. However, Jax has firmly remained the #1 contender for the Raw Women's Champion, and has taken on the Facebreaker nickname, clearly showing no shame for her actions, as WWE is all but set to make the most out of the situation. Rather than punish her, it is being rumored that Jax will continue to receive a major push as one of the top heels in WWE, making the most out of the mega heat that she's currently enjoying from her actions. Number 8. Natalya turning on Ronda Rousey. It might seem like the obvious idea, but sometimes the obvious isn't a bad thing. And in the case of a potential feud between Natalya and Ronda Rousey, that is exactly the case, as it makes sense in storyline terms. Ronda Rousey has come in and taken the spotlight away from the WWE veteran and been promoted as the major star, not always having Natty's back despite the number of beatings she has taken from the former UFC star. Having Natalya switch and turn on her best friend wouldn't be a bad storyline for WWE to tell prior to her bigger plan at WrestleMania, giving Natalya a well-deserved moment in the spotlight while also helping Ronda develop in the ring. Number 7. Carmel and Truth win Mixed Match Challenge. When the second Mixed Match Challenge was announced, the team of Carmel and Truth likely didn't stick out as a featured favorite. The duo have become incredibly popular with fans and reportedly won over Vince McMahon with their entertaining dance break segments, and therefore they could be about to find themselves winning the entire tournament. While they would both be rather underwhelming number 30 entrants to the Royal Rumble, which is what the winners receive, their hard work does deserve some form of reward, and that could be winning the Mixed Match Challenge. Number 6. Nicky Cross joins Smackdown. Most people thought that Nicky Cross was going to join Smackdown with the rest of Sanity, but WWE made the decision to not do that, and in the end, that's what worked out well for her. But she's now more than ready to be part of the main roster. Cross was brought out by Eric Young for a one-off appearance when WWE was in the UK, and is often used by the company for Smackdown live events, so it feels like a matter of when, and not if she will be joining the Blue Brand. Cross is one of the very best female talents in WWE, and if booked correctly, could be a major star on the main roster, as she offers something very different to the rest of the women who are already there. Number 5. Mandy Rose earns a huge push. It was clear WWE had big hopes for Mandy Rose when the company pulled her up to the main roster as quickly as they did, despite the fact she only just started performing in NXT before the move. However, Rose has made most of that opportunity, putting in some amazing work on the main roster, which includes a standoff performance during the Survivor Series match, where she was one of the best in the match. Rose has grown in confidence in the ring and remains fantastic on the microphone, not to mention she has brilliant gimmick and a gorgeous marketable look, so you can expect a big push for her next year. Number 4. 4 Horsewomen match. It's been the rumored match since before Ronda Rousey and the rest of her 4 Horsewomen even joined WWE. But now that all 4 women are under contract and have debuted, it just makes sense for it to happen. Putting the 4 Horsewomen of UFC against the 4 Horsewomen of WWE would be a mega match, and one that could main event any pay-per-view, and if WWE can book the build-up correctly, then it'll be a huge draw. With Rousey already feuding with both Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, it seems that WWE is planting the seeds for the match to happen, and while it might be later in 2019, WWE is certainly going to pull the trigger at some point. Number 3. Asuka turns on Naomi. One of the main areas WWE needs to improve in 2019 is creating more storylines for the women outside of whatever is happening in the title picture. And one potential dream match the company has on its cards is between Asuka and Naomi. WWE has built the pair up as allies and close friends because it has helped with storylines, but the match between the two of them could be incredible, and having Asuka be the one to turn heel would be a great way to freshen up her character. Asuka has been portrayed as a perfect babyface ever since she debuted in NXT, but there's no doubt she'd be a great heel, and Naomi could be a fantastic person to make the switch happen against. Number 2. Lynch and Charlotte Flair competing for Rousey. One of the most exciting feuds in WWE right now is the work going on between Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Ronda Rousey, and this is all set to continue heading into WrestleMania 35 and possibly the main event of the show. It's going to be incredibly interesting to see how this all plays out and what WWE has in mind for getting to the match, but it's sure to see Becky and Charlotte compete with each other all the way to the grandest stage of them all. One way WWE might decide to play things out is by having them compete in one final match, with the winner earning the rights to face the baddest woman on the planet at WrestleMania. Number 1. Alexa Bliss becomes Raw GM. It's unfortunate what has happened to Alexa Bliss with her recent concussions, but the situation is an incredibly serious one, with some reports stating that the former Raw and SmackDown Live Women's Champion will never wrestle again. Bliss has denied those rumors and is training in the ring for a comeback, but it isn't going to be anytime soon, and WWE has been smart to keep using her in the meantime, which has seen Bliss become the manager of the women's division on Raw. It's quite an odd title and role that WWE has created, but considering the way things are going for Baron Corbin, this could just be a way of slowly transitioning her into the full GM role, something she would excel in with her brilliant promo work.